Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and the reign. The reign of X is continuing with X Factor issue number 6 right now. You gonna get that? I'm still deciding. May have gotten lonely and left an ill-advised voicemail to Alex last night. Lorna. Okay, you don't have to sound that disappointed in me. Anyway, it's just an unknown number, Rachel. Hello? Trevor, why do you always ask me that? Because you have a soothing voice, and it's relaxing. You're deep-voiced and calm, so whenever you read anything out loud, you sound like an early morning public radio host softly delivering the news. This isn't the news, it's a 19th century beekeeper almanac. So, can't you just read that out loud to me too? Please. As with other branches of business, and so with beekeeping culture, it has its proficients, amateurs, novices, and pretenders. It is with this latter class that bee humbugs generally originate. Hell yeah. You don't ever think about trying it. Never even been tempted? No, it's unnatural. Oh, that's not. My darling, my love, try it once for me, please. You're relentless. But fine, I will try a bush bagel for you. Just pluck it right off, huh? It's for you. ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es? Fine weather in Texas was reported by Mrs. Ashley on January 12th. They had no frost and everything was green. Aw, good for Texas. Pen? Pen. You need a pen. I swear I just had a pen. Oh, right. Thanks. What were those coordinates again? Dear Cord, we're on our way. So, previously in the pages of X Factor, after the whole Tournament of Swords thing in Otherworld, X Factor was dealing with the resurrection protocols being kind of altered since people that died in Otherworld may come back differently, and possibly other dimensions as we discovered with Sophia Mantega, who was in Mojo World, but she seemed to come back just fine. At the end of that issue, we heard a loud scream over the island, and North Star and Aurora flew over to the source of the scream and found that Siren was dead at the bottom of this cliff. X Factor has been investigating dead and missing mutants, thus ensuring their resurrections. More recently, that applied to Siren after her cliffside fall. Oh, for f***'s sake. Again? Apparently. What's it been? A week? Just about. 5 days since Siren's resurrection. A week since the night she fell to her death in Krakoa. And 5 days since she lied to us about that being an accident, I believe. Lot looks a mite gobsmacked for a retrieval crew. Leave them be, Theo. Sorry, love. Where were we? Ah, right. Around what time did you first notice the victim? Had she already washed up, or did you spy her out in the water? Did you ring the police straight away, or did you try to get a closer look first? Just take your time, my darling. There. Have you been drinking this morning, or using any other substances that will potentially affect your perception of events? What are you doing? Taking samples. We don't authorize samples. Ah! Please don't stab my forensic technician. We've been quite hospitable to your investigation. Early examination suggests foul play. This was not a natural death. No, you think? No, I mean, the victim either fell into or was already dead, then dumped in the water. But either way, if she fought her assailant just prior, that there could still be the DNA particulates under her fingernails. We were only gathering trace evidence samples for you. Oh, tiny secrets. Okay, I can help you find all the tiny secrets. What are we looking for? Skin cells? Soil traces? Any microscopic particles on the body not from this environment? Right, but I mean, what do any of those actually look like? Because I have microscopic vision, but I have to know what I'm looking for or looking at first. Did that even make sense? Microscopic vision? There, you see? She is quite lovely and only trying to help, as am I. Lovely or helping? Well, this would be the fresh witness statement from the jogger who first spotted your compatriot's body out in the water, so I'll just let you figure out that one. Yeah. I'll look up some trace evidence reference for you, Trev. You gonna read it out loud from an old-timey embalming almanac this time? Give me your best spooky mortician's voice. Tuh, you wish. Yeah, sure, I'll just narrate these image search results to you. That's the real thing. So, this lad here, Krakoa's best and brightest is he? Hospitable indeed. Leave them be, Theo. That ridiculous-looking thing. All them eyes. Disgusting. Don't listen to him, kid. He's afraid of us. Yeah, I could see that on him too. It's fine. Thanks, Rachel. Okay, I see it. You see it? Yeah, I can see all kinds of things. Dust mites, gamma waves, X-rays, microwaves, other kinds of waves, and rays. I don't know what it all is yet. I can even read micro-expressions and nonverbal body language. Like for example, I can tell you're very uncomfortable right now, and I am really very sorry about that. Please ignore my friend. You, with the little notepad, discount Doctor Who. The victim smells like cold medicine and cheap American chocolate. Write that down. No! Aw, he barfed you a present. That means he likes you. Did the little lady refuse Amazing Baby's sweet offering? Yes, she did. Oh, yes, she did. Prodigy, since the CSI tech is unconscious, can you, now that I already know, do you know? Like, you see what I'm seeing, right? The tiny secrets? Yeah, I got you, buddy. We probably should have just done it this way to begin with. It's 100 times faster than having her interpret anyway. I know. I just didn't want to hurt her feelings. This poor CSI tech is just having the worst day ever. This whole scene is super funny, and I love Amazing Baby, and I love iBoy too. I really find iBoy's powers really fascinating, how he can see microscopically, telescopically, infrared, all this kind of stuff, and how he's a perfect fit for this team, seeing as they deal with so much crime scene investigation and things like that. Also, these icons that Prodigy has for his teammates are hilarious. Look at iBoys. You're brooding. Alone. Hello? She swore to us that it was an accident when she fell. Well, you know my feelings about that. Also here, witness statement. But she's not supposed to lie to me. I'm her friend, or... I thought I was anyway. Yeah, I didn't bother reading it either. Lorna, I'm sure she still is your friend. Otherwise, she wouldn't have tried lying to us about the nature of her last death in the first place. She was just trying to spare you from having to choose between loyalty to your job or to her. She may be lying to cover something up, but she's doing it to protect you, because she's still your friend. Thank you, John Paul. That really... I feel better. Thanks. How much of all that do you actually believe? Bleakly little, and I want you to start tailing Siren the moment she's resurrected, alone. Track her movements, report back, and don't let her catch you. She won't, but if it looks like she might pull another stunt like this again, then I will watch her die, observe, and learn. Don't intervene. Just find out what Siren's hiding and lying about. All right? Akihiro, I wanted to believe, and I would truly love to have my cynicism be misplaced, so please, by all means, prove me wrong. With pleasure. I'll get Siren back to the Healing Gardens for an official autopsy now. Can I go with you? Ask Northstar. Can I go with her? Are you sure you want to? I think I could benefit from being near Dr. Reyes and learning medicine. Then, not only would the team have a field medic, but it would also expedite the process if I could determine official cause of death. In the future, I also want to learn forensic pathology, toxicology, odontology. Oui, bien, je comprends. But let me rephrase. Is determining a cause of death a responsibility you're actually comfortable with doing? Yes. Are you certain? Yes. Then you better catch up. Allez-y. Oh. Rachel, wait up. Bloody hell. I believe we are done here. Put me down. We'll be on our way. You're disgusting. Ours in crazy. Oh, that was nothing, honey. And you know, I forgot how crazy Lorna used to be. She used to go off the deep end every couple of years in the comic books. She was the crash out queen, literally. And Siren wasn't too far behind her. She was kind of cray-cray too. So it kind of made sense that they became friends. Thank you again for calling us in, Detective. Didn't have much of a say in that now, did I? Krakoa and Treaty Accords and all. Let's hope there won't be a next time. Aye, and keep your filthy scum from washing up on our shores. Leave them bloody be, Theo! I've never cared for police. I think we need some kind of official X-Factor investigation identification. We should just have complete authority over the mutant crime scenes the moment we arrive and not have to waste our time placating these cops struggling with relevancy. I'll request a topic for review at the next council meeting. Wait, identification? Like badges? We're gonna have cool badges. Prodigy, should you get closer? No, I'm good. Why are you guys whispering? She's not sleeping. She's dead. We're sorry, Dr. Reyes. We didn't mean to be rude. We just didn't want to interrupt your work. What was that Rachel asked you about getting closer to my work? Oh, Rachel was wondering if my psychomimicry's proximity range was okay from back here. And it is. I know everything you know now, just by standing near you. How near? And why are you still here? About 10 feet, give or take. And we're waiting for you to find out cause of death. Again, why? I can just email you the full report once I finish, like I always do. You don't have to stand around and watch me do this. It takes 5 hours to break down a cadaver. Yeah, I know. Know that now, I mean. All thanks to you. I'm asking you to tell me something I don't know. David, why are you still here? What is it that you clearly want to ask me? Okay, Dr. Reyes. Okay, so he wants to ask you about what happens to Krakoans after this part. Like post-autopsy or whatever. Once we've already initiated the resurrection protocol, he's wondering what happens to them after that. He's just really nervous about asking for some reason, and I'm going to respect his privacy on that. Son, are you asking how we dispose of mutant remains? Yes. Well, it depends. On what? Depends on why you're asking. Prodigy is definitely an underrated mutant. I mean, he can literally learn anything from anybody he's near. That's pretty amazing. Even fighting skills and things like that. So just having him on your team immediately bumps up your threat level to the max because he can strategize just about anything. And now that he has his mutant powers back, I'm pretty sure he can retain all this information without having to be near the person. And we don't talk about him enough on how he could literally become the smartest person on the planet. Like, somebody sign him up for the Future Foundation, get him next to Reed Richards, Valeria, Moon Girl, and he would definitely be the smartest person on Earth. You did what? I asked Dr. Reyes if I could start a body farm at the boneyard. So you brought home cadavers and stuck them in the hanging gardens without consulting us? Should we intervene? Nah. The cadavers are my homework. Dr. Reyes said that if I can use the knowledge I gained from her to accurately determine Siren's cause of death, then she'll approve my request for starting up a forensic body farm program. I am who needs to approve this request first. Then can I? Non, absolument pas, pourquoi pas? Because you want to study rotting corpses on our lawn. For science. Prodigy, learning the equivalent of a medical license in under a day is one thing, but this? North Star, I really, truly think it would be a benefit to our work if I could study the varying rates of mutant decomposition, since, no one actually has yet. Dr. Reyes' medical experience, prolific as it is, it still only gets us so far, because there is no field of study about the difference between human and mutant decomposition. But I can fix that. We can fix that. X-Factor can. What if dying in Krakoa affects decomp rate? What if living in Krakoa does? What if this environment is something we can see signs of on an autopsy report? We don't know any of this stuff yet, but the more I can learn from the dead, the closer we all get to understanding these things. Enough case studies, and then I won't just be able to determine both cause and time of death at a glance, I'll be able to pioneer the entire academic field. This is important to you. Yes. This, the body farm. This is really what you want? Yes. To study decomposition, to study this in our home. Yes. Does he have any idea how much he sounds like a dad right now? I'm sorry, but I don't understand what you're implying. Well, you can fly, Miss Cassidy. So how does someone like you fall to their death? You told us it was an accident, even though the whole island heard you scream that night, so it's not as if you'd been unable to use sonic flight. So you assume I was murdered? That is one of the working theories, yes. North Star and I arrived first to find your body that night. It was dark. I'd been drinking. Krakoa needs more lampposts. Drinking? Lorna, I understand you may have trouble believing what I'm telling you right now, but I promise you, nothing's
Siren's going to see the corpse garden outside if she keeps moving towards that window.
Like alcohol, Teresa, but you got so drunk that you just happened to fall off a cliff and die? Worth noting also that you fell from Krakoa's highest elevation. Interestingly specific location that. Very difficult to access, especially in darkness. I flew. But such a small, secluded, specific lookout point would still be hard to find in the dark while intoxicated, n'est-ce pas? Maybe I got drunk up there while I was admiring the view. And since my last cerebral backup was a few days before the drowning incident, I guess we just have no real way of knowing what happened. Oh, but we do know that you didn't drown, Miss Cassidy. Well, the last time I checked, dying isn't a crime. So why the hell am I being harassed for not drowning? Well, why the hell are you getting so defensive about us just asking questions? Because I really don't see how it's X Factor's business. Death is our business. Right, and you found the body. I got resurrected, so now your work here is done. It's still X Factor's job to find out what happened, and you of all people would know this already, Terry. Funny, I don't remember interrogating folks about the nature of their deaths back when I was a member of X Factor.
She's pacing towards the garden view window again.
Probably because they were, dead. Both deaths were accidents. And I'm fine. Siren! Jeez, they didn't even put up a tent or anything. They just have the bodies just out in the open like that. And that's her old body right there. That would have been awkward. So, Voracity Report? Yeah, she was lying and afraid. Very, very afraid. Nearly limitless varieties of spectral vision, including a powerful natural ability to read people via micro-expressions, body language, and nonverbal cues, no matter how subtle. Living lie detector, profound psychological intuition, and expert profiler as a result. Lying, afraid of us finding out the truth. Formidable telepath, possesses an emotional tint to her psychic ability. Not only can Rachel read your thoughts, but she can also sense all dark, unnamed feelings you keep very deep. She lied for pretty much the entire time. Animal-like, super strong senses of sight, hearing, and smell. One of these enhanced senses alone would be enough for lie detection, but coupled with a sensitive pheromone detection ability, it's impossible to lie successfully to the kin. Yeah, the one truth was that her last backup was taken before her second death. She genuinely doesn't remember anything leading up to it. Can telepathically absorb the knowledge and skills of anyone he stands near, including Siren's knowledge of herself or his choice of X-Factor teammates with sharp lie detection abilities. Squad goals all day. Siren, wait. Please. Look, maybe you've been struggling alone, but if there's something else going on, then I want to know. And then what? You're out of bounds with this, Lorna. Just worry about resurrection protocols and leave the hero stuff up to the big guns, eh? I am a big gun. Or have you forgotten? I once came so close to cracking this world apart like an egg that you had to make a deal to host an ancient death goddess just to save my fractured mind. But sweetie, since you appear to be fully mortal again, I'd say whatever is going on with you is especially my business. It's funny. What is? Funny how the world still seems to be holding up just fine now. Does it not? Isla, been a while. You must have forgot about my sonic hypnosis. Why else would you be dumb enough to confront me by your lonesome? You're gonna leave me alone now, Lorna. Okay. And if X Factor tries to investigate my death again, you're going to sabotage their every attempt. Aggressively. Okay. Good girl. Wow, another interesting issue of X Factor. So this is bringing me back to mind a time in the past when I wasn't super into the X-Men comic books, but Siren was possessed by a war goddess named the Morrigan, who is like a Celtic or otherworld goddess. Like, she had been around for a long time, and she could jump from different hosts. So basically, Teresa's first encounter with the Morrigan was to fight her and stop her. And after some time, she ended up calling on Morrigan to help her because Polaris was having like a mental breakdown. It was like real bad. The deal was that she would become Morrigan's new host, and she took the deal to help her friend. And they never really explained what happened because the Cohen Age started, so it was kind of like, is that storyline, wiped away? But of course not, because you never really throw any storylines away. You can just pick them up at a later time, and hopefully it'll make sense within the context. What I want to know is why no one else knew that the Morrigan was still in Teresa, or what happened between that time and Krakoa starting, or does people just forget? I don't know. But I do love seeing Siren using her powers in these more creative ways, like the sonic hypnosis, which I totally forgot she could do. And I really love the scene between her and the rest of X Factor. It was very heated, like this argument they had, and I forgot how fiery Siren can be. And by the way, doing an Irish accent is not easy, so I apologize if it sounds crazy. I apologize if it's not one of my best, and I even looked up videos on YouTube to try to get it closer, but I'm sure it's probably offensive to some Irish people, so I apologize. I apologize for the bottom of my heart, okay? And again, thank you for coming back to support the channel, and if you'd like to become a member and join the crew for real, please check out my page in the Join tab, and I have very affordable memberships, and you can get early access to all of my content, and it goes a long way towards helping me keeping this channel going so I can bring you more X-Men lore, and I will catch you in the next issue.